guys, what's going on? My name is Neremik. Welcome back to more of Minecraft Hardcore. Last time we went about and made a right clone of ourselves, but it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, most of the stuff, laying down the foundations for our little underwater escapade looking thing, are done. We are almost free. So today on the agenda, first and foremost we're going to wait for it to stop raining, because I'm sure that's going to make it complete hell to deal with mobs. But the second thing, I should probably, we'll dive on down. I hope it's bright enough for you guys to see, actually. But we've done all this glass ceiling in this bit. It looks cool, it looks nice. Nice 3-block high room. I think it looks pretty neat. Part of me's thinking maybe we should have lowered it one more, but hey, it is how it is. You know, at the end of the day, we can tackle that if we need to. But the only things that we've got remaining to do in that room now are obviously finish it off and drain it. Now, draining it, I'm thinking I want to put off for a while, so we're going to continue trying to design this thing as best we can. And that basically just leaves us with this little entrance area here. So you can see, initially we're trying to like cut it off here, you know, it can just look out into here, it is how it is. Maybe make that into an aquarium. We can do that somewhere else. This is now going to be our entrance. Now, of course we're going to try and maintain the whole glass ceiling thing. Although I'm going to do that last, because as we discovered previously with the sand, having a ceiling in which is kind of hard to navigate around makes it pretty easy to, you know, almost drown. So we're going to keep it so we can just pop up like this while we do all the renovations we need. But what are these renovations, I hear you ask? Well, first and foremost, I see free sand here, and I am very much going to take it. Yeah, it's like, I don't really care how this place is going to look underneath what we're building, if that makes sense. So we're going to nick the stand there and just put in a base floor with dirt. And yeah, we're basically just going to do what we did previously, where we're going to make the whole floor look nice and sandy and whatnot. And again, we can tidy up the walls in due time, but right now that isn't exactly our priority. We're just here to put some sand in, make it look all nice, and then further down we got to go terraform. So it's not the most demanding job in the world, but you know, it'll certainly test our I don't want to say patience, but you know what I mean. It's something. It is in fact something that exists. Now, again, I think the sun is coming up. It is currently daytime in game. This thunderstorm is just being evil. Oh no, it's not even a thunderstorm actually. It's a regular storm. And it makes it quite hard to see down there. Of course, in daytime it'll be a bit better. I mean, I know it being overhanging by a roof forest isn't the best for visibility, but it's better than nothing. So I reckon we'll try and wait this out. You know, we'll take a little bit of a reprieve, and we'll go harvest this farm. Well, the part of the farm we do harvest anyway. It's like, I am aware that there may or may not be an extra part to the farm. I spent multiple episodes setting up, but that takes more time to harvest than just holding down one button and walking forward. And it also, you know, requires higher amounts to sell the villagers. Oh, that is the businessman in me coming out. But, you know, suppose, while we, do our kind of menial stuff, on the bottom of the riverbed, I do actually want to talk about something. That businessman thing reminded me of a series I'm sure many of you Minecraft fans of the channel thought may have been long forgotten. Yeah, I've been thinking on this the last few days. First and foremost, we actually need some, slabs. You know, it kind of helps with the whole, making it a nice walking area. But I've been thinking the last few days. Or should I say YouTube was thinking this the last few days, and recommended me all the stuff to try and push me down this direction. Basically, in the olden times, I say the olden times like it was anything more than like a few years ago, we had a Minecraft Skyblock series, and it was sick, it was cool, I think it was one of the better stuff we've ever done, and it was with Wyatt. And then it kind of ground to a halt, and there's no real specific discernible reason as for why that happened, it just kind of did. Which is fair, you know, eventually sometimes stuff on the channel will just have that happen to it. It's kind of, you know, part of the course at some point. But I think we just kind of ran out of steam, we didn't really know what else there was to do. And it's kind of been inactive. I don't even want to say it's on live support, because that makes it sound like I was trying. Every now and then we'd come back to it and make an episode, but that was kind of like it, you know, there was never really anything extra. We weren't going out of the way to make episodes. It was basically on hiatus without officially going on hiatus. Obviously Wyatt stopped making videos and whatnot. Although, you know, he's been teasing a potential comeback here and there. It kind of just died out after Wyatt quit YouTubing as much, and we just kind of ran out of steam. However, I've been looking at some stuff as of late, and it has had me nostalgic for the old place, I'll admit. And I reckon there's a lot we can do with it now. Again, the game's been updated God knows how many times, I don't even want to count. But it's been updated a lot since, you know, me and Wyatt initially kind of bowed out of playing. So there's a lot more for us to sink our teeth into now, and I was kind of playing with the idea that just maybe I might hit Wyatt up and see if he'd be down for, well, I wouldn't say second series, more like a continuation that we'd kind of treat as a second series. I don't know. The specifics are foggy. This is why I'm, you know, if anything was set in stone, I wouldn't be saying it in Minecraft Hardcore episode 63 while I'm on the bottom of the seabed. I'd be saying it in a proper Neremik direct, probably. But I was just, it's been floating around, and I'm you know, it has admittedly got my interest. If it's got my interest, then usually good things happen. Now, how many more blocks do we need to bring this 4 up? So it's there, and then our current 4's there. So we need to try and find where we're making this into like a nice middle point. You know what? Oh, that's difficult. You know, I'll bring this out here. Lay these guys down here. God, yeah, I need more of those air pockets, please, slabs. I'm trying to think how we can make this all line up again. This is meant to be a nice walkway in. And once we do this, we can drain it and get to real business and whatnot. Well, drain as much as we can. But yeah, I'm thinking we just kind of thicken that out for good measure. And then I suppose this will just all have to mine out to make it match with the bottom area. Which, thankfully, it's just a lot of dirt, which is quite nice. Yeah, no, I think that's right. Again, I want this area to have some level of functionality in it, not just to be one very big staircase, you know? We've gotta have utility, gotta make it look nice, go with the vibes and all that jazz. But I'm reckoning, okay, again, the lighting down here is really quite something. If I didn't have my torch in my hand, I admittedly think, like, this episode would be nigh on impossible to see in. It's like, oh! Don't jump scare me like that, Enderman. That made me jump more than I wanted to. But, you know, it's fine, I'm sure we'll persevere. I'm a fully grown adult. Endermen shouldn't scare me anymore. The key word there is should. I'd like to say if they do or not. But you know, we can all hypothesize. We can all turn into a mini map pad and theorize about that, I'm sure. But yeah, I think that was everything I wanted to say. I just kind of wanted to I wanted to run it past you guys, the core Minecraft audience for the channel, and see what your guys' thoughts on it would be. Would you guys be interested in seeing Skyblock Hypixel come back after so long? Do you think we should just kind of let it rest? I'm interested to hear from the people who are most likely going to be watching it, you know? It's like, that's the right type of group to ask, other than just people going, oh yeah, you know, I remember that, and they won't tune in. I want to ask you guys, the guys who are maybe probably there. Because you guys are the ones I'm going to be making it for. Well, I'll be making it for myself, let's be real. But, you know what I mean? Yeah, you probably know what I mean. Alright, now let us... I've got a vision, and the vision is almost going to drown me while I bring it into fruition, but we've not done bad, honestly. We've gone from there to there with all this like sandstone stuff thing. Yeah, okay, this yeah, no, I'm vibing with this. I'm starting to feel this. We might need to like remove part of this wall, but that's fine. That is a risk I am willing to take. But if we just finish putting this in, we're pretty much done. I didn't expect to be done this early. We're only 9 minutes in. You look down. I gotta remove this block, put down a little bit more sand. What is, it's not normally this dark, is it? Xbox, we've been over this. I don't know how to turn that off, if I'm being honest, but also I quite like the idea of getting Microsoft points to eventually spend on something. But why when I'm recording? I went on like Hypixel, full disclosure, the other day for like a solid 30 minutes. No points. But the second I dare to think of recording hardcore, they're like, oh, we need to let him know he's earned his points. What will we ever do if he doesn't know this fact? I'll live my life the same way I have been. Thank you very much, Xbox. Right. Anyway, that's pretty much done. Well, it's like preliminarily done. Now we can put a ceiling in. I don't need to worry about, you know, almost drowning constantly. So, how are we gonna do this? Well, I know how we're gonna do at least the first bit. So let's bring you round to here. And again, we don't need to put a full ceiling in. If there's little gaps where we're deciding whether or not we're going to stick stuff in, that's entirely fine. That's not entirely fine, though I have limited resources here, right hand. Come on. First you betrayed me in Fall Guys yesterday, and now in Minecraft, I knew we were going to have it falling out. Yeah, if you haven't seen the Fall Guys video I put out presumably most recently before this episode's going out, let's just say me and my right hand had numerous disagreements, many of which, so I'm thinking, actually, let's just very quickly, let's like, yeah, well, you know, we'll bring the glass up one block here, while I'm speaking. But yeah, no, just decided to randomly kind of, you know, you've got like a random, like, involuntary movement. It happens every now and then, especially when it gets cold, at least to me. And it's like, whatever. Yeah, it had one specifically on the finger that was over the right-click button in the game, which caused me to dive to my death on a round I was doing quite well in. And I've not been the most chuffed individual since, some would dare to say, you know, observe. Now is this okay? To be fair, I'm liking the height here, and then we gotta put that up one obviously a bit more here. Ooh, I'm starting to like this design. And then, okay, so. Yeah, I think we've got it. I think if this was a speed run, that'd be time. We got a tiny bit more glass on us. We do, absolutely. Beautiful. And that is done, actually. That is officially most of the building done for this project. Keep it as most. So now, what we got to do is mark our way around the entire inside of that and go drain it. Now, obviously, I don't want to spend the remainder of this episode doing that. That'd be insane. That'd be deranged. But I do want to at least have a stab at it just to see what the rate is that we can get through it. You know, like a test run, a trial run, and it starts with these. So, again, it's quite shallow here, so we don't need to worry about too much. But the plan is basically just put down dirt blocks. Slabs we can deal with in a different way, which I'm quite happy about. But generally, we're putting all this dirt down, and then we're going to mine the dirt back out. Now, this might accidentally end up with us expanding a little bit, but again, that's fine. At the end of the day, this was a rough outline to get us to the point where we could start doing this. Because if we still had water running in and whatnot, then it'd just be a bit silly, wouldn't it? So, we're going to pop down for the final time, do this, and showtime. So, first things first, we have a wall block. I'm just going to show what we do with the slabs. Easy. We'll have to do that a few times, but generally that's how we take care of slabs, and then we just keep scratching off the top layer like it's a scratch card almost. And I should have done something a bit more foreign to the area, like gravel if I was a bit too These damn slabs, I'm telling you, they're gonna be real evil. They will be real evil. They'll kick and they'll scream until they get removed eventually. Well, the water from them gets removed, and then I think we pop you there, bye, 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 bye. Again, slabs are kind of only an issue here, so, you know, by getting them out of the way, it means that all future parts of this project are gonna be less annoying. Go us. Now, let's destroy the final little bits here. That's that done. So now, if we wanted to, and I may as well, we just build a little wall all the way down to here. And that should, in theory, if we've done this correctly, now we missed, of course we were going to miss a tiny bit, let's be real with ourselves. But now if we just suck this out with a bucket, you know, no reason to damage my tools when there's just a perfectly fine way to go removing stuff here. And yeesh! Okay, I'm sorry, did I miss this whole layer of just stuff, apparently? Or is it, like, accidentally turned itself into an infinite water source? Because I can see that happening. I can see that being feasible. But yeah, and another layer! Huh? This was meant to be like the easy part. That didn't take long. Oh, it's just slabs, okay. It's just slabs, everyone. Don't worry. It's not gonna take long. Famous last words, perhaps. Alright, so we suck you out, and then pop you there. See, I didn't realize slabs could go creating even infinite water sources, if I'm being entirely honest. It is a bit of a surprise to me that they can, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, does it? At the end of the day, this little entrance area is now open for business. And again, this is meant to be open air if you're wondering what we're doing with the glass. It's not going to come out and be a big glass tube mouth. No, this is literally just meant to be a part where you walk in and walk out. I should really, like, open up the mouth of it a tiny bit more, but yeah, barring that, yeah, you know, this is pretty much just how I want it to be. Of course, we do have to start lighting things up now. I should probably start doing that in advance, but we could do a little bit more. Do we want to do a little bit more? I don't know. Your guys' shout, but and if we do that, it only really does one block. Shall we say that where was the initial wall? It was here. So what if I block this up and say we try and make our way to there? Again, this may take a few episodes to go ahead and do, especially with the whole drowning thing ever being present. But by the way, that's not where we're going to start. We're going to work from here onwards, just in kind of tiny small segments. So here, for example, we just do a bit of this, trim it off. Doing this diagonally was maybe the dumbest idea possible because it allows me to place much slower than what I really should be. But we do that, and then we swim on out. And again, we got enough carrots to offset the whole drowning thing. It shouldn't really bother us at the end of the day. And we just keep going through like this, making sure not to leave any gaps because, you know, them water sources, man. And then we go mow it all out. And then we're good. And the best thing about the glass ceiling is we know when we're getting up to the last layer. So if we want to play around that, we can. And, I mean, realistically, I say we effing nail it. Now, okay, so that is glass there. That's kind of why I'm doing this section. Sometimes it can be a bit thick. I'll admit. But again, we just keep doing this. Pop our head out for a tiny bit more, and before you know it, ladies and gentlemen, he's only gone and done a second part of the whole area again. Like, I'm not sure about you, but that feels quick. Which is what we want. It's what we want. Again, we still got to go deal with slabs and maybe a few like odd pockets of whatever that maybe we, you know, left in when we shouldn't have. But I think, on the whole, not bad. I think I'm just going to keep whacking this out. I mean, it just, I don't know. To me, this feels accomplished, you know. It feels like we've made something good. It feels like we made something good. And I'm personally quite proud of this. I've seen this. This is slowly coming to fruition now. Each, like, lot of dirt that we put down and subsequently mine up, that's another step towards this whole thing being done. Which is kind of exciting. I'll admit. It does get kind of exciting, because it's like, this is actually starting to pay off. This isn't being abandoned midway through. You know, it excites me, you know. Good. Now, we can destroy these 6 blocks here, and then I believe that is our diagonal, is it not? Maybe we can, no, we can destroy these as well. Yeesh, okay. Starting to maybe think at some points that, now hear me out, potentially, we made it a bit too, I don't know what the word to be. Maybe we miss a few things. Is probably the easier way to phrase that. Ooh, okay, this is apparently meant to be exposed. Huh. You've learned something new every day, and you discover another piece of water that you were meant to get rid of 5 minutes ago. Again, I'm sure over time we'll probably get a bit more in tune with what's meant to be exposed and what's not meant to be. Like, I imagine it's probably going to be an ongoing kind of thing, where it's like, oh, is this meant to be exposed? Is it not meant to be exposed? You know, we'll revise this enough, and eventually I reckon we'll get it down. But, I mean, again, as it stands, just keep clicking away here. Pretty much done, I think. Yeah, that was definitely... You can kind of get a hunch for some of them, like this. Yeah. And then, oh, also the outline. The whole outline thing helps a fair bit. But, as promised, I'd only say I'd do the one. We'll place that with sand just for good measure. But I reckon that is about as good as we're going to get that for now. So we're just going to, again, we're going to mow this in. It can pour in all at once. That's meant to be an entry point. And I think we'll come back to that another time. Because, again, I don't want to spend the whole episode doing this. Even if we are on minute 19 according to OBS. So, yeah, sometimes I say one thing and then the other thing happens. And it's like, well, whoops. If we just free up a tiny bit of space in our inventory, Houndstever. How about we take a trip to the villages and see what we can get? Because we discussed last episode when we went and made the shovel that it'd probably be good to get mending on it, especially with all the work it's doing. In fact, at the end of the recording, say when I'm loading everything into Vegas and whatnot, getting it ready to export, may very well just AFK near the mob grinder, get a few willing participants down, as we'll call them, just to make sure we get our value out of our stuff and it's all repaired and whatnot. But you know, we kind of need mending books for that, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna dump my carrots in here because they're kind of easy to know I need to get them back. But if we just do a bit of this, then a bit of that, craft some melones, then grab the extra stack out of here before I forget, and then we keep on just painting a lovely little melon picture here. And then I think we've got even more back in the base at home, which is not, it's not bad. There's nothing to stick your nose up at, is it? And again, this is probably going to net us... See, I don't like estimating, because I know it's usually quite wrong, but... Really? Okay, fine. Well, I guess you can come along. Aye! Pretty much moves all the leftover melon slices in our inventory. Can't complain about that, can you? Now, it'd be rude not to pick up the guys who are so excitedly growing just to, you know, get taken back to some villages. And also, it's right on cue for us to head back anyway, because it's getting dark. Honestly, though, kind of a minor thing from this recording, I'm quite content with the fact that we didn't run into any mobs. At least to me, that screams that we've done a good job at lighting up that area. Which makes me happy, because when you've got an open-air entrance into a base, the last thing you want is for the place to be poorly lit. Unless you want to put down a bunch of trapdoors and whatnot. So, yeah, no, definitely a subtle benefit there. Now, again, we'll throw the carrots in there, and we'll just, was there 2 lots of carrots and melons? Yeah, there is. I'm just blind. Okay. How about we go craft these? Will we get a smooth round amount? Nah, we won't. But get those little bits extra. Throw you back in there. We'll go nab our carrots back, of course, and give them their spare slice of melon back. Then I reckon we sleep, sell, and then we're done. And with any luck, I might be able to do the outro while we're riding the monorail. And up 2 episodes in a row, I'm getting my use out of it. You all thought. But in the end, I was the one. I was right. I was right. That makes me very chuffed with myself indeed. Now, Mr. Villagers, I've got a whole stack of pumpkins and then some of melons. Oh. You just love to see it. And then I reckon the other one, I think we can sell our leftovers to him. Yes, so it's only just 4 extra melons, but 23. It's not a bad amount, is it? 23 emeralds. In fact, we do. So if we just nab this, and we'll stock up a tiny bit more. I think it was somewhere within the 20 range. Mr. Bookman. Hello, hello. Haha, indeed. Thank you for your service. Then we just go dump that back in there, find our anvil, bada bing, bada boom, throw that on. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Of course, then we go throw the leftover pumpkins in there, whip out our minecart, and go take a ride up to the mob grinder. But while we do that, I think now's as good a time to do an outro as any, because everything went exactly to the plan there. So if you have enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does help out a bunch. It lets us know that you do want to see more of this, and all of that good stuff. And yeah, nothing else really to it. Next episode we may take a break from building, just because I think, you know, good to take a break in the action. Maybe we'll go inspect what's over there. Maybe it's a very big beach or a desert. Either way, it looks lootable for sand if we ever need some more. But, again, that's all in due course. But at least for now, with all that said and all that aside, thanks for watching, guys. My name's been Neremik, and peace out.